Shabbat Shalom. We are now in the before Shabbat, between Yom Kippur that we celebrated yesterday and Sukkot that we will start celebrating with happiness, Be'ezrat Hashem, on Monday evening. This Shabbat we're reading Parashat Ha'azinu. Ha'azinu is very, very important parasha. All the parasha is a song that Moshe singing for the Jewish people. There is many prophecies in that song, and there is many interesting explanations and deeper explanation and very, very, very nice things in this parasha. I would like to say one idea about this parasha and also to connect it to Sukkot that we're going to celebrate next week. In our parasha, in the end, God telling Moshe to go to the mountain and to pass away in the mountain. And the Torah telling those words, Be'etzem hayom hazeh. But the Torah telling us that God told Moshe to go to the mountain. He told them to go be'etzem hayom hazeh, in the essence and in the middle of the day. Etzem in the Jewish, in Hebrew, it's also bone, it's also essence, and it's also in the middle, from the word emtza. And God told Moshe to go to the mountain be'etzem hayom hazeh, in the etzem, in the middle of this day. I want to talk about this Rashi that Rashi explained about those words be'etzem hayom hazeh. Rashi quoting from the verse. It's very, very important to know also what Rashi quoting and what words Rashi explaining what he explaining. In our commentary that we're talking about, Rashi quoting Vayomer Hashem el Moshe. God told to Moshe, to Moses, be'etzem hayom hazeh. What Rashi explaining? That God told Moshe to go to the mountain and then passed away. Be'etzem hayom. Why? Because if people would want to try to disturb Moshe, disturb the passing of Moshe, to not let God kill Moshe, God will do it and everybody would see it. It will be in the middle of the day, in noon. Everybody would know, everybody would see, and even if they will protest, Moshe will pass away. And then Rashi mentioned why would the Jewish people would try to protest? Because Moshe did for us all those good things, take us out from Egypt, gave us the Torah, gave us the man, gave us the well of water. This is what Rashi explaining. And then Rashi bring in two examples where also in the Torah it's written this expression, be'etzem hayom hazeh, in another two places. About Noach, the Torah telling us that God started the rain, and Noach be'etzem hayom hazeh went inside the boat, the ark. Why? Rashi explaining here also. In Noach is the same thing. If people will try to protest and to try not let Noach go inside the ark, they will not succeed and God will take Noach inside the ark. Same thing when the Jewish people went out of Egypt. The Torah telling us be'etzem hayom hazeh, the Jewish people went out from Egypt, because if the Egyptian will try to not let the Jewish people go, they will go against their will in the middle of the day, and everybody will see and they will not disturb. So this Rashi is very interesting. And we can ask many, many questions. I would ask general too. Why Rashi explaining for us here what is בעצם היום הזה? This is the third time that we have בעצם היום הזה. The story of Noach was in the beginning of the Torah. We will read it in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And the story of Yetziat Mitzrayim also was much, much way back. Why then Rashi did not explain only here, he explaining this בעצם היום הזה and the previous בעצם היום הזה? Another detail in this question, why Rashi quoting in the beginning of the Rashi, Vayomer Hashem el Moshe. If Rashi only trying to explain what is the expression בעצם היום הזה, why the Torah telling us בעצם היום הזה, and Rashi giving his explanation that God will do it even if all Jewish people will be against it, why he quoting also the words Vayomer Hashem el Moshe, God asked Moses to go to the mountain. One second. Okay, sorry. Second question, Rashi, about this Rashi that we need to understand, is what the Jewish people thought. They thought that they will be against God, and they will not let them do to like that Moshe will pass away. The people there in the time of Noach thought, they will not let Noach go to the ark. Or the people in when the Jewish people went out of Egypt, so the Egyptians thought they will not let the Jewish people go out. But what the Jewish people here thought that they will do with Moshe, how they can block God from killing Moshe. It's not in the hands of a human being to hold person alive. And this is maybe the key to understand maybe what the Rabbi explained about Rashi. This explanation of Rashi. The 3 examples that Jewish people not going out of Egypt and Noach not going inside the ark and Moshe is the same thing. Why? Because in those 3 cases, people wanted to block other people from going for a different place. To block Noach for going inside the ark, or to block the Jewish people going outside of Egypt, or to block Moshe going on the mountain. The Jewish people thought the same idea that people in Egypt thought, or people in the time of Noach thought. They thought that if we blocking Moshe from going to the mountain, he will not pass away. Because God told Moshe specifically, go to the mountain and then you will pass away. The same thing that the people in the time of Noach thought, if Noach going to the ark, that God will start the flood. If Noach will not enter the ark, he will not start the flood. Or if Jewish people going outside of Egypt, it's good. It's done. If they're staying here, so they trying to block. Same thing that Jewish people think now. God told Moshe, go to the mountain and then he will pass away. We will block him. We will not let him go to the mountain. Why we need to understand 2 things. Why would the Jewish people think that the passing of Moshe is connected to the mountain? And why Rashi need to explain so many good things about Moshe that the Jewish people blocking him? And I will explain what I mean. Rashi, as we said before, explaining why would the Jewish people tried to block Moshe from going to the mountain. He explaining. Moshe that split for us the sea, took us out from Egypt, gave us the Torah, brought us the man, brought us water. Why Rashi need to explain so many things about Moshe? There is many things that Rashi not mentioning. Why choosing those things? The reason is because the Jewish people needed to say thank you for Moshe. This was the passing day of Moshe. Jewish people said thank you to Moshe and everything that he did. But now there is the recent things that they just experienced today. They just today ate from the man. They just today drank from the well of Miriam that Moshe brought to him. They just today re-experienced the going out of Egypt. They lived, it's for them, it's experiencing every day. They just today experienced the giving, the receiving of the Torah from Moshe. So they want to say thank you of what they got today. What would be their appreciation? How they would show Moshe how much they appreciate him? They will not let him to go to the mountain. And now it's very interesting. Why Jewish people think they can block Moshe from going to the mountain? So there is two levels for the answer. First level would be understood with a story. The story is about my uncle. I have my father's brother. He was a young guy, learned Torah in Brooklyn in the 770 yeshiva near the Rabbi of Lubavitch, and he's sitting and learning Torah. And he liked it, he loved it. It was an amazing time for him. He is a very bright person, very big scholar of Torah, very knowledgeable, writing books. And he learned Torah as a very young guy, 21 years old. And then, one day, the principal of the yeshiva calling him and telling him, Ephraim, his name was Ephraim, is Ephraim, and the principal of the yeshiva telling him, listen to a story. Yesterday, went to the Rabbi, to meet the Rabbi, some person from the community of Chabad here, and asked the Rabbi if he have maybe an idea for hashiduch, to the matchmaking, for his daughter. And the Rabbi told him, what about Ephraim Piekarski? What about you? The Rabbi asked. He said, okay. This guy asked to the Rabbi for idea to shidduch, and the Rabbi told him exact name. What the Rabbi is saying is, of course, good. So the mashgiach, the principal of the yeshiva, calling Ephraim and telling him, no, the Rabbi wants you to go to shidduch. And he really didn't want. Not because he knew her or he knew the family, because he wanted to sit and learn. So he told the principal of the yeshiva, okay, it's good that the Rabbi told him, but the Rabbi did not tell me. Whatever the Rabbi telling to a one person, it's not telling me. If the Rabbi wants me to do something, he can tell me. And the principal said, actually, it's very true. It is true. You may continue learning. And he continued learning. After a few months, the principal calling him again and telling him, again, it was the same story. He went to the Rabbi again and asked him for maybe the Rabbi wants to suggest something or to give a blessing. And the Rebbe said, there is the son of Michael Piekarski, there is Ephraim Piekarski, is here in the yeshiva, and he can date your daughter. And then the Rebbe, the what you need to do? So the my uncle said again, it's not, the Rabbi did not told me. I want to sit and learn, and the Rabbi did not told me to stop learning. And he continued until he understood that it's true that if he wants to learn, he wants to learn, but the Rabbi think that he should date her. And that's who he dated and got married, and they're living, of course, happily after, until today. It was more than 50 years ago. This is the story. What we're learning from this story, the same thing, it's in our parasha. And that's why Rashi quoting that God told Moshe, go to the mountain be'etzem hayom hazeh. Jewish people said very simple thing. God telling Moshe, go to the mountain, and there passed away. He told Moshe, he did not told us. We will not let Moshe go, because we don't need to let him go. We want to show our appreciation to Moshe, our gratitude. We want to thank Moshe on the miracles that we have every day because of him. And we can do it if we will not let Moshe go to the mountain. And it will work, because God did not command us, he commanded him. And if he will try and he will not succeed, it will be it. This is one level of the answer, but there is a deeper level. Jewish people said something very simple. God told Moshe a condition. You will go to the mountain and then you will pass away. Why God told him a condition? You will go and then. Why? Because God gave it to us. If we will block Moshe, if we would really want Moshe to be here, he will still be here. We will block Moshe from going to the mountain, and then he will stay here, and then he will not pass away. And he will enter with us to Israel. Because if not, why God giving this condition? If God opened a small, tiny place to us to put our hands in, it means that we have the power to do it and to block Moshe from passing away. And they were right. They were not wrong. They were not wrong. They were right. Why? Because all the Jewish people were united. And everyone wanted this to happen. And that's why they were right. They had the power to reverse and to change what God decided about Moshe, that he will die today in the birthday of 120. And they were right that God still opened a small place if all the Jewish want and really want, and it will be changed. And Jewish people understood that and tried. And before we're finishing this idea, we're now understanding what's so special about Sukkot. Sukkot, it's holiday of harmony, of unity between all Jews and all people. And there is two levels of unity in Sukkot. We're taking 4 different kind of plants. One have smell, one have taste, one have no smell and no taste, one have both smell and taste. We want to show that all kinds of people united together, and this is the only way to do the mitzvah. And they united also when they have differences between them. Because unity doesn't mean that we need to agree. It means that we are the same also with the differences. We are one. The right hand is not like the left hand, or not like the feet or eyes or ears. Every organ has its own purpose. And that's why we all, as a one body, have differences between us, but we're still one body. And also we have the unity by the sukkah. In the sukkah, all the body going inside together. Doesn't matter if you're high or short. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Doesn't matter. Any kind of a person can be in the sukkah, and all his body doing the mitzvah, and all the Jewish people can be together in one sukkah also. Because we do have common thing between us. We have the godly part inside us, and this is also something that uniting us together, because the godly part inside us is the same in everyone, and it's the same godly part. It's exactly the same one. That's why we can be in the same sukkah exactly. We cannot put the same tefillin at once, but to be in the same sukkah we can. And this is a deeper kind of connection from the soul part. And the power of unity of the Jewish people is power, endless power, and we can change everything and we can reverse everything. And we can get many, many blessings. All the blessings of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur can be fulfilled in Sukkot because of the power of unity and happiness that we have in this holiday. And that's why the Jewish people were right when they thought they can block Moshe. But why they didn't succeed? The reason is also the Torah hinting us with the word be'etzem. Etzem, it means also in the essence. The essence of Jewish people, for the essence of their experience as a nation, it was important that Moshe would stay behind. Because if Moshe would enter Israel, it will be the end of this period of time and beginning of the Geulah. And all the things that we're experiencing right now would not be. And this is something that is connected to the essence of all the journey of Jewish people and all the reason of creation. That Moshe would stay behind, that the Jewish people will enter. And that's why it was very, very, very deep thing to do, and they were not ready. And that's why they couldn't do it in that time. They were blocked. But they had the power. They had the power to do it. Because of the unity, they had the power. And this is all hinted by this Rashi. So let's summarize for 1 second what we learned today. Rashi hinting us that Jewish people understood something very simple. God telling Moshe to go to the mountain and then he will pass away. From that they understood two things. First of all, the passing of Moshe is dependent if he will go to the mountain. If he will not go to the mountain, he will not pass away. Second thing, it was command to Moshe, not to us. Because of those two things, they understood that they have the power to stop Moshe's passing. Because if not, why would God do it like that? And they wanted to show Moshe how they appreciate everything that he did for them. That's why they did want to do it, and that's why God stopped them from doing it. Because of their unity, they had the power to doing it. God needed to do some special thing that they will not do it. This is the special power of unity. Shabbat Shalom, happy holidays, and Be'ezrat Hashem we will have a happy, sweet new year to all. Shabbat Shalom.